surfers are in the ocean more than almost any other user group out there. There's more beachgoers. There's people out, but surfers tend to, a lot of surfers surf 100 days a year. They're in the water a couple times a week. They're in the water year round. So in many ways, they're sort of like the perfect group of people to do citizen science or monitoring of the ocean. Smartfin was actually invented by a guy who's a non-surfer. He's a, excuse me, he was a doctor from New York City, and he was worried about climate change and ocean acidification, and he had this brainstorm. Hey, there's these surfers along these coasts all over the world. Like, why don't we try to tap into their sort of presence to start monitoring ocean conditions? And so he conceptualized this idea. He partnered with Scripps, and what they're doing is essentially they're building a surfboard fin that is a oceanographic monitoring device. So, the idea is the fin can measure your location, GPS. It can measure ocean temperature. The goal is to continue to add sensors. They want to be able to measure. The holy grail is acidification, pH.
Oh, yeah.
And they're also talking about salinity and sort of some measurement of water visibility. So the goal is to turn surfers into these sort of passive, monitoring devices all over the world, and engage those surfers in sort of the citizen science.
Yeah. And then so like, somebody comes in from a session and then that they can just, download that data somehow, whether it be through like USB or Bluetooth or who knows, however that works, huh?
Yeah.
And then that feeds into probably some central database where those guys can take a look at what's going on.
Yeah. And, it's interesting. So, you can monitor the water's edge because people walk down like we do with water quality monitoring and scoop a little sample of water, and, either equipment or research vehicles can kind of monitor up to the surf zone. But that surf zone is an important area and also really hard to measure because the surf's, it's destructive of instruments. Boats can't go in there. So the surfers are also kind of measuring this zone that is hard to measure and important in all these systems. So
yeah, so it's kind of like in a pilot developmental phase right now.
So we're sort of at the bleeding edge. They're trying to miniaturize all of this technology, get it into a surfboard fin, and also make that fin sort of perform as well as a normal surfboard fin within reason. And so it's been challenging. So they've been demoing it in San Diego with our San Diego chapter, which is the home of Scripps, the Oceanographic Institute. So that's, the goal is to get it figured out and then, expand.
Yeah.
Nationally and globally.